T to the V to the L to the I to the N to the E, TVLine.
How much footage has actually been shot? Because there wasn't a traditional pilot.
You've seen it all.
Everything's out there.
This is the beginning.
This
right
is
here.
it. Okay. So is it sort of weird to sign on to a project like this without like seeing more material?
I mean, we had a pretty good idea of what's going on, just since it's an expansion of the Flash and Arrow universe. So
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't.
And we had a sense that we're in great hands. So it wasn't really a a fearful thing. Well, certainly for me, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there's a comfort in just having a critical mass of this. At least you know you're not sticking your neck out alone.
Is your character, Victor, sort of the responsible adult amongst this group?
No, I think he's certainly the oldest, and he's a professor, and he's sort of he's half a firestorm. You know, I'm a metahuman. I don't know if you're aware of that, and I'm not even sure what that means exactly. But I know we're trying to kill some.
It's very meta. It's hard to understand.
And I'm half of a superhero. So yes, and I'm also. I'm apparently come up with some ideas as to how to fix things.
Who's the biggest problem child, would you say?
Oh, I'd say both of them.
I mean,
Probably, yeah, me. I'm more of the psychopathic. Hard
to wrangle.
Hard to wrangle.
Yeah. You know, people who have like a heart of gold. That's not.
I like to. I like to kind of describe my character as just a dumber version of the Joker. So, that's kind of. I mean, it's true.
What was it about these characters that you've already played that you were like, I'm ready to potentially play this character for the next 6 years?
I only just, fully realized my character's potential in getting smaller. So at the end, so I'm excited about seeing where that goes, and
small as in less scheduling, or smaller as
well, there are more of us.
Excited about less scheduling.
and then Ray Palmer is just like so fun for me to play the comedic aspects.
Yeah, you're really good at that.
I get to
too.
do all of it. Thanks.
And the rest of you, what was it about these roles that you wanted to explore more?
I love playing a bad guy. It's a real kind of change up for me, and the fact that he has a sense of humor is a kick.
Will there be time travel in every episode?
Oh, some.
I don't know if we will always be moving to a new time period. I think part of the fun is sort of living in these worlds, and I think when we do travel to these periods in time, even though we have one Uber mission to stop this sort of future Hitler character, Vandal Savage, when we try to go back and fix things, we'll often screw things up. So I think a lot of our missions will be sort of correcting the mistakes that we started in one episode. We might have mini arcs that last 3 or 4 episodes before we shift in time to a new time and place.
I hope we get to like dress up wherever we go.
Yeah, I'd like to see Rory in like a waistcoat and a cravat.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Arrow Flash crossovers, are you already starting to talk about?
We are. It's really cool because they've had crossovers in the past, which are just sort of binary crosses, and now we have 2 crossover episodes, one for each show, that's platforming this third one. So this is the crossing of the streams, to use the Ghostbusters analogy, where our show is being launched by 2 hours of TV into 2 hours of our own pilot.
A lot of superhero shows on the CW. What are your thoughts on superhero fatigue?
Superhero fatigue was apparently happening, was supposed to happen about 10 years ago.
Right.
So no one knows the answer to that.
When you do it well and you tell good stories and you make characters that people want to come back to and unique relationships, that's all that matters. We're storytelling, and it's amplified by the superhero qualities. And clearly, being here at Comic-Con, people are loving it.
You know, superhero movies accommodate the new technology. And I think that's one of the key reasons as to why superhero movies work so well, because of the new media, the new age. They just complement.
There was a saturation of westerns as well at one point, but that didn't mean that they weren't punctuated by great westerns throughout that. I mean, Unforgiven, whatever, 92, there'd been thousands of westerns before that, and it sort of required all of them being done and being overdone, where you can sort of self-reference, and I think that's what this show is an opportunity for us to do.
The first time I saw The Flash, which is when I was asked to do it, and I had not seen it, what impressed me the most about it was that it just happened to be it happened to be a family story with superheroes, but it was just really about this family that was trying to connect and get over grief and loss. And as an actor, you know, I mean, the superhero aspect of it is the least interesting, really, for me. And it's really about the connections that we have as a cast, and I think that's why I signed on for sure.
I love the superhero part of it. I love the action stuff, the fighting, and
that's why you'll be doing it, and I'll be in the trailer. It'll be great.
Yeah, works out well.
Dominic and Wentworth, does this schedule allow you to say go off early next year and do a limited series Prison Break revival, as has been rumored?
Potentially. I mean, this is the priority. And I'm super excited to kind of burrow down into this universe. But at some point, if Prison Break does come together in some way, shape, or form, assuming Michael is still alive, that's in the offing. Yeah.
Is that something that's actually you're discussing? That is a serious
conversations are happening. Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting. I didn't know that. Can I be on it?
Just real quick, would it be a flashback? Because obviously Michael is dead.
Well, I mean, Sarah was dead.
Right. But how many times can you go back to that well?
The thing that I've heard is completely brilliant, so people will be fine.
Wow, that's cryptic.